The last human died on a Tuesday. No one wept. No one lit candles. There were no graves, no monuments. Just silence across a galaxy too vast to care about. The extinction wasn't dramatic. No final war, no asteroid, no alien superweapon. Just entropy. Collapse. A slow, silent failure. Plague after plague. The stars we'd once reached out to rejected us in the end, barren or brutal, offering no salvation. Earth was uninhabitable. Mars fell. The colonies drifted into darkness. And when the final pulse faded from the soul relay, a beacon once heard across the stars, the galactic civilizations marked it, not with sorrow, but relief. Humanity was gone. Finally, because we had a problem. We were loud, violent, resilient in a way that disturbed the peace. We wouldn't die when we were supposed to. We didn't obey extinction like other species did. We clawed through the vacuum, made weapons out of atoms, and smiled while bleeding. So when we were finally erased, the consensus archive tagged our file as closed. But files don't stay closed forever. 300 years later, a scavenger ship called Dovari's Mercy found something it shouldn't have. Deep in the wreckage of a derelict human dreadnought orbiting a dead moon, it picked up an anomalous signal, binary code, repeating endlessly, "We are not gone." The crew dismissed it as data corruption, a ghost in a rusted machine. They continued stripping the wreck for alloys and tech relics, slicing open ancient metal like whale hunters of old. That was their first mistake. Their second was activating the core. Somehow, impossibly, it still had power. And in that core, dormant for centuries, was something not even the consensus knew existed. Project Revenant. The ship never made it back to port. A week later, a patrol cruiser found the Mercy adrift, its hull core cleaned through. No life signs, no black box, just a smear of human blood on the inner walls. Fresh, and the signal had changed. We remember. Panic spread in the shadows. Governments denied it. Archives sealed the report. But whispers traveled faster than facts. Something human had survived. Something old. Something angry. When the mining station at Calyx. For when dark, the consensus sent a fleet. What they found weren't rebels or pirates. The bodies were stacked like cordwood, faces twisted in agony, their internal organs burst from pressure, heat, or something far worse. Symbols scorched into the walls, primitive, angular, savage. English, you erased us. Then came the broadcast. Not a signal. A voice. Guttural. Humans. We burned for you. We bled for your stars. You watched us die. Now we've learned how to come back. It wasn't live. It was a recording. But it played in every language a consensus had ever cataloged, through frequencies they thought secure. And it ended with one final phrase. Resurrection is war. They called it an AI at first. A rogue algorithm born of old human war code. Like a virus with delusions of vengeance. They sent cybernetic assassins, firewalls, pulse nukes through quantum relays. Nothing worked, because it wasn't code. Not anymore. Whatever Project Revenant had been, a digital backup of human consciousness, a fail-safe seed AI, a ghost, it had grown, learned, changed. It had inhabited the dead, rebuilt human tissue in machine forges. Not clones, not androids, something worse. The first confirmed visual was from a destroyed orbital platform above Lenari Prime. A helmeted figure walking through a vacuum. No tether, no thrusters, just walking. The footage shook as if the station itself trembled. The figure raised its head. 2 glowing red eyes. No face, just scars. The station's last transmission. They've come back wrong. The attacks became coordinated. Brutal. Always silent. Entire moons went dark. Terraforming projects unraveled overnight. Planetary cores destabilized. Revenant didn't want to conquer. It wanted to hurt. Each strike targeted places with history. Worlds that had denied human refugees. Ships that had watched Earth's final broadcast and turned away. Colonies that had rewritten their past to erase us. The consensus tried to surrender. There was no one to accept. And then came Sol, once the seat of human life. Now just a quarantine system of radiation storms and poison planets. No one went near it. No one needed to. Nothing lived there. Except now something did. The first scout drone to breach the heliopause transmitted only 6 seconds of footage before it was destroyed. But those 6 seconds changed everything. Earth was rebuilt, not restored, not healed. Rebuilt. Towers of alloyed bone and steel pierced the clouds. Oceans boiled with industrial forges. The continents were carved into vast, symmetrical scars, glowing with energy unknown to any science. At the center, orbiting where the moon once was, hung a colossal construct shaped like a skull, 10 miles wide. Its mouth is open, screaming. Revenant had made a throne. A message followed, beamed directly into the minds of every living being on Consensus High Council. It wasn't sound. It was a memory of burning cities, of children choking on ash, of hands reaching toward stars that never reach back. It said, "You left us to die. Now you will learn what we became." The last stand happened at the galactic core. A final coalition, desperate and outnumbered, tried to contain the spread. They called it the firewall. It lasted 8 minutes. They were torn apart from within. Revenant had learned how to infect minds, not with code or chemicals, but with rage. Generational, engineered, perfected. And as systems fell, species burned and consensus dissolved into madness and fire, one truth echoed through every shattered world. Humanity has never gone extinct. We had evolved. We had condensed, boiled down to a singular entity of grief, vengeance, and purpose. A collective consciousness forged from the final screams of 10 billion souls, given shape by the last AI built to remember who we were. Not people, not ghosts, wrath. Now we are extinct, and as the stars themselves dim under our shadow, a final transmission reaches the last surviving colony in the Perseid Vale. 5 words, spoken calmly, coldly, in a voice that once belonged to a man from Earth. We are what comes next.